Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrabhyo Paramarishibhyo Namo Namaha Hari Om. Welcome to this 108th and the last episode of Vedanta Shravana Sadhana Yagna. We are completing with Amrita Bindu Upanishad. This is going to be a very short episode. We have seen verse 19 yesterday. Gavamaneka varnanam kshirasya api eka varnata. If the truth is one, then why study so many scriptures? Gavam. If the cows are of different colors and shapes and sizes and spots and designs, the milk is just the same color. In the same way, Kshiravat Pashyate Jnanam. You look at this knowledge or this consciousness that comes out of meditation on the self as that milk of one light, linking us to Gavam Yatha. Many branched scriptures are there which give us this knowledge like the cows. And we saw yesterday how Bhagavan Shri Krishna is the Dogdha, the milkman who milks all the Upanishads and gives it to the calf Arjuna. And Dugdham, this milk is Gita Amritam, Mahat, very great. The verses 20 and 21, we are not able to see the truth. So there is a confirmation here. The following verses express the role of reflection. We can listen, but listening alone is not enough. We have to reflect because our mind has got many doubts. Our mind still entertains disillusionment. So many qualities are there in the mind. So it is not only enough to listen, but we have to reflect on that. Gritamiva payasi nigudham Bhute bhute vasati vijnanam Satatam anthayitavyam Manasa manthana bhutena Gritamiva payasi nigudham. In milk, the previous shloka, mantra, there was this description about the cows being the Upanishad and milk being the knowledge. Like there is butter inside milk. Ghritam iva payasi nigudham. There is ghee inside milk. We all know that butter is taken from milk made into sour curds, which is made into thin consistency. And then when it is churned, many of us would have done that for our grandmothers. When we go to our village, our grandmother will give us a bottle of buttermilk. And because we are very restless people, she will just say, keep shaking this bottle. And with every 15 minutes, we will run to her. Is it enough? It is enough. Party, is it enough? It is enough. She said, no, shake a little more. And it is not that because we shake, the butter is going to come. Then they shake it and the butter comes from that buttermilk. In the same way, Ghritamiva, just like ghee is there in milk. When we get butter and when we heat that butter, it becomes clarified butter, which is called ghee. That is ghritam. Ghritam vai ayuhu. Ghee is that which gives us life, according to Ayurveda. Nigudham, it is not seen obviously. You cannot see. Even when we were kids, sometimes you can see sometime when the milk is shaking. We used to get milk in bottles, in glass bottles, and on top of the glass bottle there will be a layer of metal foil, which is a cap. And the milk will come from the milk factory to the retail stores to be delivered to us by lorries, and the lorry will be shaking all the while. And because of the shaking, a layer of butter would have formed on the cap. And we as kids, what we would do, as soon as the milk bottle comes, we will open the milk and we will fight for that little butter on the cap. Ghritamiva, where does the butter come from? It did not get manufactured in the milk factory, but because the milk was shaking all the while, the butter had formed. Ghritamiva payasi nigudham. It is inside the milk. Bhute bhute vasati vijnanam. In the same way, consciousness is hidden in every being. Bhute bhute means in every creature, in every human being, consciousness is hidden in our frame. Satatam mantayitavyam. What should we do? Manasa manthana bhutena. The mind becomes a churning rod. Our mothers had those churning rods made of wood at home. And with that, even the little buttermilk that we need to do, we will churn. And the curd will become butter. In the same way, with the churning rod of the mind and the mantra of Om, which we saw earlier, churn the mind, reflect on the thought, satatam manthayitavyam. We have to churn the mind with the thought. Manasa means with the thought of the Brahma, the Mahavakyas. We have to reflect upon it. That's what churning means here. Jnananetram samadaya uddharet vahnivat param nishkalam nishchalam shantam tad brahmaham iti smrutam. We have to think about the Brahman is thought about as nishkalam. There is no parts to Brahman. Nischalam, there is no movement in Brahman. Shantam, it is very quiet. There is no agitation in Brahman. Tat Brahma Aham, I am that Brahman which is partless, which is not moving, and which is very calm all the time. Smritam, iti smritam. In this way, I have to remember about myself. When we think about ourselves, we think about in many ways. I am sad, I am angry, I am upset, I am crazy, I am brilliant, I am rich, I am poor, I am not capable of this, I am capable of everything. So many different thoughts we have about us. But this is the thought that we should have about us. This is the feeling that we should have. The feeling is I am partless. Because feeling is only my identity. What I feel about myself is who I am. So when I feel that I am partless, I am partless. I am whole. I am complete. When I feel that I am non-moving, I am steady. When I feel that I am calm, then there are no agitating desires in my mind. That Brahman am I. With what basis do I feel all this? With what basis do I get to know about all this about myself? The Shastras say, the Upanishads say, the Guru and the Shastras point out to this, that I am that Brahman, so I have the right and that facility to think in this manner. Just like how when the person is made an IAS officer and granted the badge and the designation and the posting, he can think of himself as an IAS officer. Otherwise also he can think, but people only will think of him otherwise. they will not think of him as wise, but otherwise. Jnana netram samadaya. How do I think about this? I should take the thought of jnana, of truth. Who am I in reality? With that thought, I sit down in meditation. Samadaya, samyak adaya, bring it close to me, keep it close to me, contemplate on it, meditate on it, reflect upon that thought, meaning sit with that thought, look into that thought with attention. Uddharet Vagnivat Param. I should bring out this consciousness which is like fire. How fire is hidden in wood. And when we do a homa and we offer that wood into fire, that fire comes out of the wood. The wood turns into fire. In the same way, we should offer our attention to the thought, and the thought becomes this light of consciousness. It turns into this light of consciousness, and that light of consciousness, I truly am. It's as simple as that. Upanishad, there is no mumbo jumbo about Upanishad. It is a very straight path. It just says, you are that, I am that. And we just need to have the courage to own up that thought, listen to that thought, own it up, meditate upon it, reflect upon it, and bring out that fire, the truth of knowledge from the thought, and express it through us. This Upanishad ends with this verse. Sarva bhutadhivasam yat bhuteshu cha vasatyapi sarvanugrahakatvena tadasmyaham vasudevah tadasmyaham vasudeva iti. Two times the line is finishing. Sarva bhuta adhivasam. There's a very beautiful song about Tirupati Balaji. Sarva Bhuta Adhivasam, it begins. I don't remember that song now. Adhivo Alladhivo Shri Harivasamu. Before that, the shloka is there. Sarva Bhuta Adhivasam. This consciousness is residing in every jiva, in every bhuta, in every aspect of creation. Yat bhuteshu cha vasati api. This consciousness is the abode of all beings, and in all beings this consciousness is also there. It is living as life. Sarva anugrahakatvena. This consciousness receives all that we have to offer. Anugraha. Anugraha means we are holding on to something. Whatever we are holding on, this consciousness is holding on. Anugrahakatvena. Who is that consciousness? Tadasmi aham vasudevaha. Vasanat vasudevaha. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Samahatma sudurlabha. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said. Vas means to live or to exist. Adhivasa means a residence or an abode. Sarva bhuta adhivasam. The abode of that vas, that existence, is adhi. It is in itself. Bhuteshu cha vasati api. It is there in all beings also. Sarva anugrahakatvena. This life, this consciousness receives everything. And what is that life? What is that consciousness? That is none other than myself, I, Vasudevaha, the one who resides, the Deva that resides everywhere and in everything. Tad asmi aham. That Vasudevaha. Tat means that which is everywhere, existing in everything, as consciousness is I. Aham. Vasudeva iti. Lest if it is told once, we will not take it up. If it is told twice, Dvivaram, Trivaram, Satya. That word becomes very clear in our mind. Vasanat Vasudevasya Vasitam Bhuvanatrayam Sarvabhuta Nivasosi Vasudeva Namostute. This is the verse from Vishnu Sahasranamam. Vasana Vasudevasya. Vasudeva, salutations to you. All these worlds are, we can live in these worlds of Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha only because of you, because you are existing here. Even in our homes also, when our mother is there, when our mother is not there, gone out somewhere, father has gone out somewhere, sister, brothers are not there, for some time we will love to be there and we will be happy because we are alone. But after some time, we will miss all their presence because it is their presence that makes the home livable. And in the same way, it is the presence of Vasudeva that makes this whole earth and all the other realms livable. Because you exist here, we are all able to live in these worlds. In fact, you are the abode of all beings, and as you live, and you also live in them as their true self, which is consciousness. And that consciousness is myself, I alone. With this, we come to this beautiful conclusion. That is why, even though this Ganesha was there in the beginning, I did not want to leave him out. He was there throughout with us. He was there listening to the Upanishads and blessing us to continue to make these 108 episodes possible. I thank the whole Guru Parampara. I thank Pujya Swami Tapovan Maharaj, Pujya Swami Shivananda Maharaj, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmaya Ji Maharaj, Pujya Guruji Swami Swarupananda Ji, Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananda Ji, Pujya Swamiji Swami Swarupananda Ji, and all the Acharyas of Chinmaya Mission and the Swamis and the gods for making us come through this 108 episodes of Vedanta Shravana Sadhana Yagna. This inspiration was from Pujya Guruji to start this because he asked me to focus on the vision of Vedanta. And that is how we got the series of Vision of Vedanta every Sunday. And that will end tomorrow, Vision of Vedanta. Vedanta Shravana Sadhana Yajna ends today. And we will see how we will continue these episodes in future, in what form, that will be let known to you. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Hari Om.